So DR.Congo is having a serious issue with the EU after the EU made a deal with Rwanda. So according to DR.Congo, the deal made by EU with Rwanda is unfair and unjust because Rwanda does not have the minerals that the EU want to buy from them. And according to DR.Congo, by making this deal with Rwanda, Rwanda is going to start stealing these minerals from their country. That is what DR.Congo is saying here. So I do not know how truthful that is, but let's just watch this video first. And then when we come back, we shall continue.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has hit out at the European Union for a recent deal that it signed with Rwanda on raw materials. Relations between Rwanda and Congo are dire in the extreme. Congo accuses its neighbor Rwanda of backing the M23 rebel group in order to plunder its mineral resources. Rwanda, for its part, says that Congo works with militias such as the FDLR, which present a national security threat to Rwanda. On Monday, Brussels inadvertently waded into this dispute by signing a memorandum of understanding on raw materials with Rwanda, which it said produces critical minerals such as tantalum and niobium. The deal provides for ensuring a supply of raw materials for the EU and aims to increase traceability. But the signing provoked outrage in Kinshasa. The Foreign Ministry said that Rwanda doesn't have the critical materials and that it smuggles them from Congolese territory, where they are abundant. It also said the signing of the deal was, and I quote, a very unfriendly act, and it called for an explanation. Congolese government spokesman Patrick Muyaya posted on social media that there is no compassion towards victims of Rwandan aggression. Brussels signed a similar deal with Congo in October, but its Rwanda deal couldn't have come at a worse time. For a start, many Congolese people perceive the EU as indirectly supporting M23 rebels through its relations with Rwanda. But on top of that, the EU-Rwanda deal was signed amid fierce fighting between the M23 and Congolese forces, and it came just as the rebels had encircled the Congolese city of Goma.
Let me just say this one more time, right? Whenever you deflect from solving your own problem by simply blaming others, those problems are never going to be solved. Now, I have said this before, that I do not know to what extent this whole Rwanda supporting or backing MS-23 goes. I do not know how far it goes. But if I can say one thing, I would like to say that the only way you get your own problems solved is to attack those problems head on. Right? You cannot keep on blaming other people every now and then and saying that they are the responsible for how your country is. Now, there might be some truth to what DR.Congo is saying, because I have also heard France echo the same sentiment or the same statement that Rwanda and Paul Kagame should stop backing MS-23. And Rwanda has always denied it. They have kept on denying it every single now and then, even though most Western countries are saying it. One more thing before I continue. The fact that Western countries are saying it or are accusing Paul Kagame doesn't make it any true, right? Doesn't make it any more true. Western countries always have their own agenda. I can remember when they start blaming Colonel Muammar Gaddafi for every single thing before they invaded Libya and destroyed the country and loot and steal Libya's oil. I can remember that. Before Libya was taken down, before Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was killed, Libya was a far more better country in Africa. But when NATO invaded Libya with the help of Barack Obama, I will never forget this, They turn Libya upside down. They destroy Libya. And now Libya is just a main shadow of its former self. Now Libyans are divided within themselves. There are major rivalry groups occupying fraction of the country. Those groups are all fighting for natural resources. Insecurity in Libya is up here. So when these Western nations start saying something about a particular leader, remember, it's not for the country or the people. It's for the Westerners and their own personal agenda. So all these things about Paul Kagame doesn't make it any more true because the West is saying it. Because if there's one thing I know about the West, they always go for their own interests and they will lie their way through using their media, if just so they can get what they want. Don't believe Western media. Don't believe Western leaders. Don't believe Western leaders. They're a bunch of liars. But coming back to this DRC and Rwanda issue, I think that the leadership in DRC should figure out a way to resolve this issue. Because they sitting back there and accusing Rwanda isn't helping them solve the problem. I think that they can give the MS-23 a very sweet deal that will be far more sweeter than what Rwanda is allegedly offering to the MS-23 group. They can do that. Instead of holding their grounds and going head on with the MS-23, they can seek for negotiation. Because if the so-called fighting was supposed to solve this issue, wouldn't that be solved by now? Because remember, UN peacekeepers have been there for years and they were unable to bring peace to DR.Congo. Okay? So the issue with the rebel groups in DR.Congo isn't something that just started today. It is something that has been ongoing for years. And DR.Congo, I mean the main military and the central government, has kept on fighting head on with the insurgency groups, and they have never succeeded. They've never been able to unite the country to bring peace. They've never been able to do that. So I think instead of keep fighting, other methods could be brought to resolve the problem. Negotiations could be put in place, and then members of the major rivalry groups or the insurgency groups could come together to negotiate on a peace treaty for the whole country. That might go a long way than all this constant fighting. Because remember, as DR.Congo, I mean its people, keep fighting each other, do you know who benefits? The outsiders. Now let's say, hypothetically, Rwanda and Paul Kagame are bagging MS-23. When the fighting is ongoing, when the insecurity issue is at the highest level, who do you think benefits from that? When you guys are fighting each other, when there's no peace and security in the region, who do you think benefits from that? It's not MS-23, it's not the central government of DR.Congo, it's Rwanda, hypothetically. It's Rwanda who benefits. It's Paul Kagame who benefits, hypothetically. So, peace is the only way to resolve this issue. And let's hope that DR.Congo and Burundi and Rwanda realize that it's high time they all start working together. It's high time that they seek for peace among themselves. But you guys out there, what is your take on this deal made by the EU and Rwanda. Do you really believe that Rwanda is actually stealing these minerals from DR.Congo? And is DR.Congo accusation against Rwanda and Paul Kagame solving the problem? Does that solve anything? Shouldn't DR.Congo be figuring out a way to resolve this problem rather than just keep on blaming Rwanda and Paul Kagame for bagging MS-23? What is your take? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel because that helps us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you for doing just that, and like always, see you in the next one.